This is an It Came From Gen X video.
The brain's moving. So one of the things that caught my eye, and there are two separate dates here. 1984, Willie Mae, Big Mama Thornton, um, passed away at age 58 in Los Angeles of heart and liver complications. And she had a number one R&B hit in 1953 by the name of Hound Dog, which was, we all know, was later recorded by Elvis Presley. Became an even much bigger hit, and a lot of people will tell you he wrote the song. They don't know about Big Mama Thornton. So, a little bit of controversy. Was it a remake? Was it stolen? Blah 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 blah. So, for the sake of this, we'll call it a remake. And it brought me to ask the question: what are your top 5 remakes of all time? Now, also 1971 on this day, T-Rex was number one in the UK with "Get It On," and that song was recorded by one of my favorite groups, Power Station, and with great job with that song. So I asked you guys to list your top 5 remakes of all time, and I'm going to say this to the audience because it is impossible. It was impossible for me to just pick 5. I did 5 for the sake of this show, but my list could go on and on and on and on and on. It's just impossible. But we picked 5 for the sake of the show. So Skinner, we're going to talk to you about your top 5 remakes of all time.
All right. You can rank them 1 to 5, but you can go 1 to 5, 5 to 1. I mean, these all to me are pretty close in stature. Rockin' Robin by Michael Jackson and the Jackson 5.
Interesting. I didn't see that coming.
Bobby Day was the original artist for Rockin' Robin.
I can't wait to see how shocked I am at these. You got me already off the cuff. Okay.
I have Big Mama Thornton and Elvis with Hound Dog.
Okay.
I'm not as big a fan as Elvis as you are, but Hound Dog is definitely one of those songs that I will listen to over and over again. Bad Company, Five Finger Death Punch has redone it from
one of my
favorite.
Man, one of the best vocal performances ever.
I love it's that incredible. Yeah. And these next two are just as good.
Great call.
Simple Man from Shinedown, originally from
Leonard
Skinner. Geez, okay. Yes. And then my number 1, and like I said, you can actually, the top 3, you can flop them. Absolutely. Turn a Page from Metallica. Redid Bob Seger. I like Bob Seger's version, but I'll listen to Metallica's version every single time.
Wow.
So those are my top 5 remakes.
That's a great list. The 2 that stick out to me, number 5, I was shocked at that one. Rockin' Robin. And
Rockin' Robin.
Yeah, I know, right? And man, the Five Finger Death Punch cover of Bad Company is just sensational. When I heard that, and I heard that voice, company, I just got chills, man.
Yeah, it gives you goosebumps. It still does to me. It gives me goosebumps.
And the video even better. A tribute to our military. The video is awesome. So urge you to check it out. Any thoughts on his list, Fish?
No, it's a solid list.
But he said that like his list is better.
I don't know. I mean, I like rock. I like the Jackson 5, their version of Rockin' Robin. It was okay. It's good. Young Michael.
Yeah, it was okay to me. It was good, but it didn't come to mind. Okay, well, take your shot, Fishy. What you got?
All right, there's so many out there. It's just these are just some that come to mind. The Johnny Cash version of "Hurt," 9 Inch Nails.
Wow.
That was his last album before he passed on. Such a you haven't heard that lately. Just a very powerful version of that song.
Okay, check it out.
A whole different feel. One of my favorite 80s songs. I didn't realize this was a cover. "Tainted Love" by Soft Cell. It's an all decade song of the 80s. You know, it's Jimi Hendrix, "All Along the Watchtower."
Bob Dylan. Took one of mine.
Yeah,
that's
Bob
my
Dylan cover. 2. Such a good song. That's Jimi Hendrix all the way. One of the newer one. I've always liked the song, the original as well. Sounds of Silence, but Disturbed did a very good cover.
Yes, they did. Yes.
Yeah, very true to the original with Simon and Garfunkel, and
With
just
power.
a very great vocals. And this the song here, this cover song, was the catalyst of 80s hair metal. Was the whole era of
if you take my song, I'm gonna smack you.
I'll bet it's maybe I did. Come on, feel the noise. Quiet Riot. It was they did not even want to do. It was a Slade cover song. They didn't want to do it, and their management team said you got to do it, and they did it in one take. I think if I recall correctly.
First
shot the video
heavy metal album song to go to #1 ever history.
And that album there, Metal Health, as we know, was like the first big 80s hair metal album in the early 80s, and just it blew up after that.
Started it all, yes.
Yep. So you got to say that one. And
wow, that was a great album.
Yeah,
well,
it is a great album.
I told Skinner before we started the show that I doubt that any of us would have the same in any of these lists, and here Fisher got me for 2 of them. I certainly had Come On Feel the Noise down at number 5, and I had All Along the Watchtower at number 2, which is one of my favorites.
So good.
That groove just, oh my gosh. So what do you think of his list, Skinner? Anything stand out to you?
Oh, it's a solid list too. Come On Feel the Noise. It just, I think back to my childhood when that first came out, and then I realized it was a cover, and then I listened to the rest of that Mental Health album. I was hooked.
Great album. Yep.
On hair metal after that.
Wow. Yeah. That song, man, I couldn't play it enough when I first heard it. I never heard anything so fresh and so powerful. And being a young drummer, man, just to hear Frankie Banali going crazy or something. Okay. All right. So I'm going to make a quick replacement for my number 5 with QR3. I actually had an extra number 5, so I'm really still at 5 if you want to know the truth. So my first one, number 5 is Van Halen, You Really Got Me.
Okay.
Originally by the Kinks.
Yeah.
Nobody had ever heard a sound like Van Halen's. Eddie's
good cover.
Original guitar sound. And Alex Van Halen did something that you didn't hear any drummers do. You know, there was standard when you got a crash cymbal, you hit it and crash. You have a ride cymbal, you ride it, you get kind of a bell tinging sound. Well, he would ride his crash cymbal, just to sheesh all behind the vocals, and it just made the fullest, most amazing sound. And I give him credit for inventing that. And I thought that was a great cover. Tied at number 5, man, the song "Gimme Shelter" was remade by Stone Sour, Puddle of Mud, but it was a Rolling Stone song, and it's just one of my favorite songs in history. Okay, so number 4, Proud Mary by Ike and Tina Turner. Original by Creedence Clearwater Revival. That's just an all-time classic song. I don't know what's better, listening to it or watching them perform it. They did something different. They, as she said in the movie, we're going to be slow and nice. Here we're not going to be so slow and nice. And they take it to a whole other level.
Proud Mary is what it was on my honorable mention as well.
Okay,
cool. Great cover.
Well, we're on the same wavelength today. Number 3, man, I got to go with I Will Always Love You by Whitney Houston. And certainly honorable mention to the original Dolly Parton, because I love her version as well. That song was huge, one of the biggest selling movie soundtracks of all time. Was great one. Of course, I had All Along the Watchtower at number 2. And number 1, oh man, does anything say romance better than Unchained Melody by the Righteous Brothers?
Okay, that's a good one.
Oh, God, I love that song. Originally by Les Barkley? Might be reading it wrong. But gosh, that song is just, man, it just does something to you, especially if you got a significant other in your life. So very important to me. Okay, thoughts on that list, Skinner?
Again, solid list. You can't go wrong with, I think, any of our 15.
Not at all.
15 songs. Unchained Melody. That's a very, very good song, and that brings back to what is the movie with
Ghost.
The Ghost movie. That movie made that song made a comeback.
Yeah.
When that movie was put out. So
did.
kudos to you. That was a good list.
Fish.
No, yeah, good stuff. I mean, you can't add more than that. Hey, Fish here from It Came From Gen X with Skinner and Keith. For every like and subscribe, you may win a free 1-year subscription to the AARP.